Well, we've been hearing all about the recent trip to China, which the Chief Minister was leading with a delegation from the private sector. Steve McGowan from SNP is with me. One of those that, well, as the private sector, but this is not your first one. Obviously, it's been successful for you in the past, and for you want to go back. First of all, what was your reaction and reception like?
Well, the reaction was very good. I think both from the delegation's point of view, it was a very effective trip, and also for the people that we met, seemed quite pleased to see us, and in many cases to see us again, because it's not the first trip, as you mentioned. But yeah, it was very well received.
Why did you do it? I mean, it's obvious in a sense, but what do you get out of it?
Well, for us as a business, what we're trying to do is find new clients, new business, and to engage with new clients to bring them back to the Isle of Man. So we do this all of the time. Myself and my colleagues, we're visiting countries and locations all over the world, and Asia is one of them. So when the Isle of Man government is going and helping us find clients, it's very, very attractive, and it's a no-brainer to join on such a delegation.
So does the Chief Minister open doors?
Yeah, I mean, that's the key for us in the private sector, that the Chief Minister, his business card, or the business card of the Isle of Man government, is something we don't have. And that's extremely important to get people into a room, whether it be at a reception or a presentation.
Was it cost effective for the taxpayer? I mean, I'm talking about the Chief Minister taking along a couple of civil servants. You're in the private sector, so you're looking after yourself. But is it something the taxpayer should be comfortable about?
Yeah, well, I'm a taxpayer as well, so I have an interest. But as I mentioned, the key of the trip is the Isle of Man government are able to introduce private sector firms like ours to potential clients and potential leads. So the money, I'm not sure exactly what it cost the government, but in terms of value, my business and other businesses that are on the trip will engage with clients that will then effectively pay fees to us here in the Isle of Man. So the value of the trip is very, very worthwhile in terms of the repayment that we get and the revenues that we get as a business.
So you went to a few different places. Any highlights as such? I mean, did they know about the Isle of Man, or were you having to start afresh?
No, in many cases, they're people that we've met before. As I said, the delegation has gone on a few trips now to China. So it's crucial, and we always receive feedback that businesses that we're trying to engage with want us to come back and on a regular basis. They don't want us just to appear once and never be seen again and expect business, because it doesn't work like that. So it's important that we go back regularly, and having the Chief Minister and some of his colleagues there was extremely helpful in getting together with some important people.
So a lot of time this is just reacquainting yourself with people you've already met, making those ties. Are you up against a lot of competition though from other offshore jurisdictions, for instance?
Yeah, we were told on many occasions that the people we met in various forums had received previous visits from delegations from the Channel Islands, from the Caribbean, and from other locations. So Isle of Man is very much up against it in terms of competition.
And what makes you stand out, or the Isle of Man stand out as a jurisdiction against the rest?
It's to be honest, it's quite difficult to be able to have something so unique that we stand out, because, being honest, we are all very similar in what we offer. The key, I think, is to get across the quality of the professional services that we offer. And that often is the difference between different jurisdictions. It's the quality of the professional services that they receive.
So overall, a success not just for you, but other people as well?
Time will tell, because when you meet somebody on a trip last week, for example, you need to engage with them, you need to take them on board as a client, and it's a number of years before you see the exact value because of the annual revenue that's been billed. But just by basing it on the people that we met, the leads that I have to follow, and some very positive feedback from the people that we met, it's been an extremely positive trip.
So you go again next year, for instance?
Yeah, well, as a business, we all go regularly anyway. So as a business, we will go to the region 3 or 4, maybe 5 times a year at least. But each time, whenever there's an Isle of Man government delegation going, we would certainly join that as well.
And do you think other people have missed out by not being on these trips?
I appreciate it's not a cheap trip. Obviously, we pay our own way, and it's a long way to go. But every business was invited, or at least had the opportunity to go and be part of the delegation. And for us, as I said, it was extremely worthwhile.